international pricing decisions. We all know that pricing is a very critical decision in international marketing management. In this lesson, we will learn regarding price and non-price factors, the methods of pricing, the international pricing strategy, and counter trade. After going through this presentation, you should be able to discuss price and non-price factors, explain methods of pricing, explain the factors affecting pricing, analyze the price strategies, describe dumping, understand what counter trade is. In international market, prices are fixed taking into consideration a combination of various conditions and factors which put pressure on the pricing of a product. Price factors are first rule of costs. It is a popular fallacy to believe that price depends upon cost. The price cannot be fixed below cost for long. Cost determines the floor price below which an exporter may not agree to sell the goods. Demand. It is a factor that determines the prices in the international markets. Demand of a product depends upon how the product has been adopted by the suppliers. Competition. Competition in the targeted foreign market is an important factor in the international market. Non-price factors are confidence. Most of the importers of developed countries do not have much confidence in the quality of products manufactured by developing countries, irrespective of the fact that the quality of their product is much better. Brand image. If products are well differentiated and they have built up a brand image in the mind of foreign customers, the manufacturer of such products may charge higher prices for their products. Frequency of purchase. Frequency of purchase in some cases decides the price. Association of price and quality. There appears to be a close association between the price and quality of the product. Continuity of supply. Regular supply of original product and its ancillary products assumes great importance in foreign trade. The methods may be grouped into cost-oriented export pricing method and market-oriented export pricing method. First, cost-oriented export pricing method. The cost-oriented export pricing methods are based on costs incurred in the production of goods. Total cost includes fixed cost and variable cost. Cost-oriented export pricing method may be full cost method, fixed and variable cost, or marginal cost method. Full cost method or cost plus method is most frequently used pricing method in export. This method is based on the full cost or total cost approach. In arriving at the export pricing, under this method, the total cost of production of the article, fixed or variable, is taken into account. Fixed cost or common cost. These include production overheads, administrative overheads, publicity and advertisement, travel abroad, and so on. Freight and insurance includes cost of freight and marine insurance up to importer's destination. This is also known as cost insurance freight. Marginal cost pricing is another common method of pricing in international trade, and it is to determine the price on variable cost or direct cost. Fixed cost element in the total cost of production is totally ignored, and the firm is concerned only with marginal or incremental cost of producing the goods which are sold in the foreign markets. Second is market-oriented export pricing. The costs are no doubt important, but the competitive prices should also be considered before fixing the export price. The final determination of base price should be made after considering all other elements of marketing mix within these elements. Pricing strategy is an important part of fixing the international price. There are three main factors which affect the export price strategy to be adopted by the exporter in the foreign markets. These are the characteristics of the product, the nature of its demand, the philosophy of its management, and the market characteristics. Pricing strategies are market penetration strategy. Under this strategy, exporters offer a very low introductory price to speed up their sales and therefore widening the market base. Probe pricing strategy. Fixing low price for its product may have an adverse effect on the image of the firm and of the product. Follow the leader pricing strategy. In a competitive world market or where adequate market information is not available, it may be useful to follow the leader in the market, comparing its product with that of the leader. The exporter may then fix the price of its product. Skimming pricing strategy. Under this strategy, a very high introductory price is fixed to skim the cream of the demand at the very outset. Differential trade margins strategy. Variation in trade margins may be adopted by the exporter as the pricing strategy in foreign market. This strategy allows various types of discounts on the list price. Standard export pricing strategy. In some cases, exporter quotes the standard price or list price, that is one price for all. Export price that is unfairly low, defined as either below the home market price, normal value, hence price discrimination, or below cost. With the rare exception of successful predatory dumping, dumping is economically beneficial to the importing country as a whole, though harmful to competing producers, and often represents normal business practice. Dumping is a form of price discrimination. It is the practice of charging different prices for the same product in similar markets. Dumping laws are not the only cause of price variations. The power of market force in setting prices can be moderated by the government's price policy. Few governments allow the market to set prices completely on its own accord. When a government is actively involved in buying and selling local and foreign goods, price deviation usually and readily follow. Counter trade is one of the oldest forms of trade in the government mandate to pay for goods and services with something other than cash. It is a practice that requires a seller, as a condition of sale, to commit contractually to reciprocate and undertake certain business initiatives that compensate and benefit the buyer. There are several types of counter trades, including barter, counter purchase, compensation trade, offsets, and clearing agreements. Barter is the simplest of many types of counter trades. It is a one-time direct and simultaneous exchange of products of equal value. Counter purchase occurs when there are two contracts or a set of parallel cash sale agreement, each paid in cash. A compensation trade requires a company to provide machinery, factories, or technology and to buy products made from this machinery over an agreed-on period. In an offset, a foreign supplier or manufacturer is required to assemble the product locally and purchase local components as an exchange for the right to sell its products locally. Offsets are often found in purchases of aircraft and military equipment. Clearing agreement is clearing account barter with no currency transaction required. Now let us check if we have understood the various concepts discussed in this lesson clearly. Export Credit Guarantee Corporation offers credit as well as credit guarantee cover to the importers. Right or wrong? Wrong. In marginal cost method of pricing, fixed cost element is totally ignored and only incremental costs are included. Right or wrong? Right. Dumping is a practice of charging different prices for the same product in similar markets. Right or wrong? Right. Before we end, let us briefly revise what we have studied so far. The price cannot be fixed below cost for long. Cost determines the floor price below which an exporter may not agree to sell the goods. The cost-price relationship is important as it does not support the claim that costs determine the price. An offer may also be in the form of printed price list where the goods have a standard export price. The export price structure, like the domestic price structure, begins on the factory floor. The export price structure is the basis of all export price quotations, discounts, and commissions. The methods may be grouped into two: First is cost-oriented export pricing method and second is market-oriented export pricing method. Market prices may be higher in some others, they may be cost price, or in many others they may be less than the cost price. Normally, pricing strategies that are used in the export market are skimming strategy, penetration strategy, etc. Dumping is a form of price discrimination. It is the practice of charging different prices for the same product in similar markets. Each involves charging lower prices abroad than at home. The cost of production was unsuitable for determining its fair price.